guys, I just want to show you how to make chicken stew. Like any of my recipes, very easy but very tasty. And here are my ingredients. We have tomatoes, 2 tomatoes, and I have tomato puree. This is 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, 1 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of thyme. I have 6 pieces of chicken, and here this doesn't matter much because I'm just gonna sprinkle it on the chicken. Then we have garlic. This is 1 teaspoon. I have 1 onion in there, 1 full onion, and I have a flat teaspoon of curry powder, mild curry powder. Then I have 1.5 cubes of chicken stock. Let me just show there a bit. Let me go to my chicken. Skin side down.
And I always start skin side down because it doesn't stick and it just renders the fat, which makes it really easy to move it around. And what I'm doing now, I'm just searing my chicken and just browning it nicely. And now that it's perfectly browned, I'm just gonna go ahead and add my onion. I'm gonna soften it first, then add my garlic. Okay, so the onion is perfectly softened and I think it's time for us to add our garlic. That's going in there. And guys, I always start with my onion and then add my garlic. That combination, the smell of it, heavenly.
So they're doing well.
Okay, so the onion and the garlic are doing very well. The onion has softened up. I'm now going to go in with my tomato puree. I prefer tomato puree because tomato paste is a little too concentrated for me. And I still want to add my juicy tomatoes and just, yeah. So we're going to use tomato puree instead. And next, we're having our black pepper. Goes in there. Our curry powder, and we have our herbs. And our juicy tomatoes, yes. And we're gonna add our cubes the minute we add water, because then you don't want it to stick at the bottom of the pan. So we'll just firstly let this go for a good 5 minutes and let it cook down. Then we'll add some water and our cubes, cook it through now.
Just gonna let that go for 5 or so minutes. Then we're gonna add water together with our cubes. Okay. So this is already looking good. It's already looking very good.
Cook this until it's perfectly reduced, so I'd say about 30 minutes.
Okay. I added 1 teaspoon of these, okay, let it focus, into there. Then I added some water, and I just want to show you how this has now reduced. It has reduced so much. Usually I would have this, like I could have this with pap as it is without adding the powder soup, right? The thickener and flavor. I would have it as it is and it still works. But for the sake of, you know, variety, you can add these soups that still taste so good. And yeah, and there it is, guys. Our stew, chicken stew is done. Just like that. I'm just gonna let it thicken, let it sit in there and cook. Let it cook through. That's it. That's this chicken stew. It's looking very good. Let me add a little bit of water. I really hope you guys enjoy this recipe. And here's our chicken stew. It's looking really good. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please remember to like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in.